Hey guys, Adam here from DirectionTrader.com. Let's do today's recap video here. I'm going to talk about what the markets have done this morning and give you my if-then type of analysis going into this afternoon and what I see maybe going into Monday. So here we have crude up. Down below here, instead of a 5-minute chart, I went ahead and I've already put up a daily chart here. So we have a daily bar here. And what we're looking for here on crude is we're looking for this thing to get kind of a bounce back up towards this 21 period moving average. This is what we've been talking about, not just on crude, but also the stock index futures this week. We're going to talk about the S&P and Russell here in just a little bit. The Russell has already popped back up there and has started to pause. The S&P is not pushed all the way back up there, just like the crude is not pushed all the way back up there. And the S&P is having a nice little push. So with this crude, you see we are retesting these previous swing lows. I was hoping for a little bit more of a push. So am I looking to sell this afternoon? No. Am I looking to buy this afternoon? Maybe not. I might sit on my hands all afternoon. But coming into Monday, let me kind of go over here to a 15-minute chart. Or actually, let me just change this to a 5-minute chart, what it was supposed to be initially. Here we are on a 5-minute chart. This green box you can see is that support. Used to be support, now it's kind of resistance area. But what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for the same thing we've been kind of talking about in these videos all this week. We have them bullish above, bearish below type mentalities on these pullbacks. If we can get a little bit of a pop into the close, so some buyers come in and we get somewhat of a pop into the close, that's going to help me be more confident going into Monday, saying we can continue this move to the upside. If this market kind of fizzles its way over and starts to roll over the remainder of the day, then I do see Monday using this area as resistance and possibly getting some more selling on Monday. So I will be looking for the downside on Monday. I'm not going to try fighting what's already in the market, but let me go back to the daily. So basically, I'm not going to try fighting what the market's going to tell me from an intraday perspective, meaning, hey, we're back here at resistance now. If the market wants to roll over, I'm not going to fight it and try to be bitter and get it up to this 21 period moving average. I'm just going to go with it. But if it can hold kind of neutral to a little bit bullish into the end of the day, I still see a very good chance of us coming up here and testing this 21 period moving average sometime earlier mid next week. So that's what I'll be looking for. So on crude here, I'm watching the rest of the day. I want to see how this market closes. If we get a pop into the close, I think that gives me confidence going into Monday for a little bit further follow through. If we fizzle away and maybe roll over just a little bit for the rest of the day, I could possibly see some momentum shifting to the downside here and not continuing its upside move going into Monday. So, going to be very interesting. Once again, I'm watching today's close, and that's going to help me dictate what I do on Monday morning. Now let's go over to the Russell first, and then the S&P. Here's a daily chart of the Russell. Just like the other indexes, we had a nice little drop here. The Russell, we were talking about it breaking out, but we've had such a nice push here. I was looking for a little bit of a bounce back. So all this week, I've been talking about getting these closes. All week, guys, we've been getting rallies into the close, and I said that is reassuring going into the following day that there could be a little bit of an upside pop. Sure enough, we've had that upside pop, but unlike the S&P, we've actually hit that 21 period moving average. That's also this previous swing low. There's a little bit of resistance here. So the Russell is kind of being a little bit of a pain right now. We have the S&P, which is up tremendously, but we have the Russell just kind of sitting here. We're at resistance. It's kind of taking a break here. Now, just like what I said with the crude there, I would really like to see the Russell here get a little bit of a bounce into the close. That would help me look for further follow through to the upside come Monday. But if we start to see this thing roll over and continue to fizzle its way to the downside, if you look at a daily chart on the Russell, we are at resistance here. We have resistance here on the Russell. So could we see this thing go ahead and push back to the downside starting on Monday? Yes, we could. So we're going to watch them real closely here into the close. As Monday opens up here, here's the S&P now. We have some resistance here on the S&P, but we're looking for that 21 period if we can get it to pounce and test. You see the S&P's got a much stronger day here than the Russell. Nothing but an upside move. The Russell's kind of been fizzling down as the S&P is kind of just staying strong all day. So the rest of the day is going to be very, very key here. I'm going to watch to see if we can get a push into the close, or if we start to fizzle over, kind of like the Russell is. Are we going to fizzle over, or is the Russell going to get some buyers and start to get a little bit of strength, thinking maybe it can put these indexes can push a little bit higher? Do I think this thing is ready to tank for good from here? I've been saying I don't see it happening. I don't see this tanks come off. I mean, this is the first test of this 200 period moving average on the S&P for like 2 years. I mean, so we are looking for a little bit of a bounce here. I don't think this is going to be the end-all be-all and this thing's tanking. We have lots of support in here, as we talked about all week long. We have a Fibonacci cluster there and a Fibonacci cluster here. So we have two different levels of support that we see holding. I'm just looking for that bounce, guys. Just looking for that bounce, looking for that opportunity for this market to go ahead and get a little bit of a pop. I don't know if it's going to be a resumption of the rally or if it's just going to get a bounce. All I'm doing is right now is looking for this week-long bounce. So looking for a short-term bounce here in the market, and then we'll have to reanalyze and talk about what we see after we get this. So going into the close, watch how the markets trade into the close. That could help dictate what we see on Monday morning. Then come Monday morning, really concentrate on them 5 and 15 minute charts. Make sure you have higher lows and higher highs for upside moves, and the opposite for the downside moves. Be very, very disciplined going into Monday, because we're kind of at that pivotal point right now. We're kind of looking for, if this happens, then we'll go long. If this happens, then we'll go short type of mentality going into the weekend and into Monday. So hope this helps, guys. We kind of were all over the place a little bit today, but there's a lot going on with some markets being at resistance. Some of them we're looking for a little bit more run out of. So we're trying to decide what the market wants to do. Is it done, or are we still going to get a little bit more of a rally into early next week? Maybe provide a little bit more upside move here. But only time will tell, and we'll continue to watch and see how these things close, and then that'll dictate what we look for come Monday morning. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, you can always email me, adam@directiontrader.com. If not, thanks for watching, and I will see you on Monday in Monday's video. Have a good weekend, guys.